Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Vroom podcast. It is your host, Fernando Mercado, and we are back. It is your into the weekend preview vibes that we're doing today. How are y'all? Hope you guys had a good week. Um, I know I just saw you for that race breakdown. Hope you've been good since then. We're back. We got two races to talk about today. We got the uh, I hope I'm saying this correctly. The bitnile.com Grand Prix of Portland for INDYCAR. And then the Go Bowling at the Glen NASCAR Cup Series. They also be racing there at Xfinity. I think also the Truck Series is racing there, but we're only going to cover Cup this week. Yeah, let's get right into it. I just finished watching the IndyCar highlights of their qualifying, and wow, we'll get there. Very, very fun. But we got some stuff to talk about. So what's the bottom line going into this race? Alex Palou is obviously our leader. He is leading by I think there's a 121 point difference between him and Pato at second. So that's a large portion, but it's not impossible. It kind of sets up this ultimatum scenario, this kind of make it or break scenario for anybody but Alex to win past this race. I think if Alex wins this race, he pretty much cements his championship run. There's only two more races after this one. And then if Pato wins, there's a possibility that even if Alex gets second and stuff, that Pato could still get the championship. So he kind of needs a W here. It's a make it or break it weekend, which makes it very exciting. And I think that it makes it very fun. I think obviously there's been lots of conversations all season about like, okay, well, Alex Palou is incredible. What he's doing in that car this season is I think it's unheard of in IndyCar. There's very regularly people be changing who wins every race, but it's very, very unlikely that one person wins every weekend, and that's kind of how it's been. So, we have to appreciate that while it's happening, appreciating greatness. But on the other hand, you have Pato here who is like a fan favorite and wants that first championship and is hungry. And now both worlds are kind of colliding. I don't think Alex saw him losing so many races this season, kind of halfway. I think he kind of was like, I lost a couple and it was okay. And, I'm still fine. And this is a mess up, but now he's messed up a little too much and now it's starting to catch up to him. And I feel like it's created this really cool story this season, and now we're seeing the intersection of it, and that's, I think, the really fun, cool part about racing is the story has played out, and it's currently playing out in front of our eyes, and I'm really excited to see where the scales tip this weekend. I think that, in a second we'll kind of get to talk about what qualifying looked like and what that spells for the weekend. But yeah, it's an exciting track. It's almost a 2-mile track. 12 turns, very challenging. And I do know that the tire wear is going to be important in this race. And I think that obviously we're going to see the strategy at pit road play out. I kind of like we just did this last weekend. Tire deg was the name of the game at the Hungarian Grand Prix in Formula One and at Iowa. So it was more fuel, but obviously tire deg still mattered. So here it's going to be track position and how they're going to manage the tire wear throughout the race with the pit stops. Now getting into our momentum check. Who's hot right now? We got Christian Lundgaard. He's doing very well. He has been the fastest through practice. He's coming off of a second place finish at Monterey, which really great for him. He's kind of had a slow season. It didn't really go according to plan. And I think he is trying to recover at the second half, and he's really showing, I think, why McLaren was so gung-ho about him. And I think that comparison between him and Pato at first, I see he's had bursts and moments of it through the season, but now it's really kicking up. And he's, if you've seen qualifying, he's performed really, really well. He took provisional pole. He's not going to get pole because he had an engine change, and so he's going to take a 6th place grid penalty. So I believe that literally means he's going to start P6. So that's not terrible for him. Pato is also going to now start on pole because he took 2nd. So that puts Pato on pole, and then I believe Felix Rosenqvist is going to be the other half of that first row. So that is kind of a crazy way that worked out. Alex Palou didn't perform really well on the Firestone Fast 6. So now Pato has a perfect opportunity. It works out for Christian in a way because although he doesn't actually get to have pole, he still gets the award for it. And the confidence boost that he really was the fastest that day. And then Pato gets his opportunity at a championship, which Christian isn't really up for, so he doesn't need the win as much as Pato does. So McLaren really wins in this scenario. So now the door is open. McLaren set the stage, so tomorrow is going to be crazy to see how that goes. I still have Alex Palou hot. He's still hot. He's still doing really well. Obviously, he's the leader in the championship by over 100 points. It'll still be an uphill climb for Pato to win. I mean, Chip Ganassi has always performed well on the pit strategies, and Alex is an insane driver. So anything can happen tomorrow. I have here Kyle Kirkwood as ice cold. He's not doing well. I know that he was doing really well the first half of the season. He was winning every race, and then all of a sudden he decided, or not decided, obviously, but it's not gone well for him. It's kind of sad because Andretti has a lot of potential there. They have some incredible drivers. You have Colin Herta, who's another fan favorite, who's also an incredible driver, who's had a tough season, and then Marcus Ericsson, who's a previous F1 driver. I don't remember if he's won an IndyCar championship before, but I do know that he has won the Indy 500 once or twice. So he is a driver with lots of pedigree. So these drivers are incredible, and Kyle Kirkwood has been one of the only people who have won races this season. So it's kind of sad to see him just kind of fall off from his kind of strong beginning. I don't know. I feel like something happened with the Andretti car too. I feel that, I don't know, a part of that equation is kind of messed up, and it's sad to see. So we have him as ice cold here. And for the race, obviously, our wild card is going to be Pato because he is the wild card. He is the screw in the wrench, if that's how that saying goes, which it doesn't, and that's okay. But he is going to mess up Alex Palou Day if he can figure it out. So let's see if that happens tomorrow. My predictions. Well, I'm just predict the Pato Award win here. I'm a predict for the sake of racing. Let's have more fun racing, and that would be Pato winning, so we can keep the championship struggle alive, going for a couple more races. Give Alex a little bit more run for his money. So I'm gonna go for Pato winning the race. I think obviously he has the confidence, and Christian just having the penalty, he's in the perfect scenario, and Pato has been executing on the races recently, so I think he's got it. Obviously, over here I have Christian Lundgaard as a possible upset because he could win. He could very much come in and put up with that confidence that he's had through practice and taking pole, just charge through the field and get that P1 and take that win, I think that it's not impossible for Christian Lundgaard to be on top here. So I don't know. No sé. It's possible. I have a bold prediction here that might or might not happen, which is Penske. Any Penske winning. Any of them could be fire. I know Will Power did make the Firestone Fast 6. I don't remember if McLaughlin did, but I feel like them or even Newgarden could figure it out. They're all awesome drivers, and that car is supposed to do stuff. So I feel like if they can put together the right formula, there's no reason why they can't get a W this weekend. So maybe Penske can win too. Let's see if they're a factor tomorrow. It's not likely, but one can dream for them. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with the IndyCar race. I'm excited to see tomorrow. We had a weekend off, so I'm ready to, especially because F1 is going to have a break for a little bit. I'm ready for some single-seater action, because once they come back, I believe, once F1 comes back, IndyCar is pretty much over. So, hell yeah, let's let her rip. Yeah, no, let's not do that. NASCAR, go bowling at the Glen. Yeah, playoff bubble pressure. That's pretty much what we're going into looking at this race. The bubble is getting even smaller, as it has been doing, and I feel like with only 3 more races left in the regular season, Watkins Glen is of significant importance. And if you're not in the bubble, you need a W. You need a win. You need to figure it out. Brad Keselowski is one of those people who's obviously trying to figure it out. And I think, and I've been putting pressure on Chris Buescher, but I think Chris Buescher has to figure it out if he wants to keep that win. Because I'm excited, because I keep, I think the people have said his name a lot in articles and on the newscasters themselves. And Chris Buescher has been driving for a while. He's not like a rookie. So I'm coming in kind of just my first year looking at NASCAR. I'm like, I want to see Chris Buescher. So I think that the kind of heat is on him to perform this weekend. Yeah, I took a massive pause to say that one word. You're right. The stakes are massive. Now, the Glen is what they do be calling a super speedway of road courses. So that means they do be difficult, as they all do. But I do know that we're going to be having an interesting time, because these road courses and these drivers don't always mix. SVG is usually the one who comes out on top. So I'm wondering, because they're probably going to be pushing these cars pretty hard in order to kind of, get them to turn other than left. I think that tire degradation is going to play a factor in a different way than it normally does on maybe an oval. So the pit strategy combined with that, and just on, pace alone, I think it's going to be an interesting weekend in terms of that, in terms of the strategy. Now, who's hot right now? Bubba Wallace is hot right now. He's doing very, very well. He's coming off of an incredible comeback last weekend and the Brickyard win. So he's feeling good about himself. So I'm thinking that he's gonna at least be in the mix. I would say he's gonna figure out a way to be in the mix. So I think that confidence might help him this weekend. I also think Brad Keselowski needs a win really bad, and you could see it in Iowa. So I think he's gonna bring it at Watkins Glen. I don't remember where he qualified, so that would be interesting to see. Yeah, and Chris Buescher I have ice cold. Yeah, Chris Buescher needs a win here. I said it already. He's in a dangerous position, and yeah, I think I think everyone who doesn't have a win should be scared and should want to win, especially because once getting into the playoffs is only part one. You would like to stay in the playoffs, and at that point, it's just going to be points if you're not getting wins, and so you need some stage wins. So, yeah, Chris Buescher, bring it. Connor Zilisch is my wild card for this race, and it's because he did not qualify well, and that's very fair because he normally races in Xfinity, and that's not the same as racing in Cup. These cars are like night and day difference, as they say. So I think that Connor, if he can put the right, sorry, my cat almost destroyed something as he normally does, and coming here now trying to be cute is insane after trying to break something, but it's okay. I'm gonna give him pets anyways because he's such a good boy. Yeah, look at him, he's such a good boy. Sorry, we just had to give a moment for my cat. But Connor is he possibly could come in and I don't know if win is a strong word, but I think he can be in the mix. I think he's also the only person who's been able to give SVG any real competition. I talked about them in their Xfinity race at Pocono, I believe, when Connor took the win, and it was very exciting. So I think that's kind of what he has going for him in this race. I think he should keep that with him. That's a good little confidence boost. So now, predictions. I have SVG as my winner, obviously. He has been, on it recently. I think that he has the ability to win it. I'm only a 6 out of 10 confident on that, though. Especially after knowing that Ryan Blaney put it on pole. I didn't see that coming. Sometimes I forget Ryan Blaney can drive on a road course. So yeah, that happened. So SVG is second. So that's gonna be fun. I do think that it won't matter. I feel like once the race starts, it's gonna immediately devolve into chaos, and Blaney won't have first. I feel like it won't happen that way. I think SVG might get a good rip off second too. So, it'll be hard for him to hold it off, I think. But fire, he put it on pole. Hell yeah. I did put that the upset would be Connor Zilisch. He could possibly upset. I feel like if anyone else, I feel like Ryan Blaney could win it. It's really like, it's hard to tell on a road course what's going to happen. It's hard to tell any weekend what's going to happen in NASCAR, to be honest. Predicting it is like picking my favorite stick out of a stack of other sticks. I'm just picking this one because I think this one's the prettiest. No, but also, I obviously there's trends and things, and but it's exciting. That's I think the point I want to make here is that I have no idea what's gonna happen tomorrow. SVG could dominate, or we could get a new winner, and I think that's gonna be what the theme for this weekend is this is the weekend where anything can happen, and let's go view it together. My cat is starting to get snuggly, so I think that's my sign to get snuggly with him too, and I hope you're gonna be doing the same. So I'll see you next weekend when I do the race breakdowns and we do it a little into the weekend. Thank you guys for watching this episode, listening on the podcast, watching on YouTube. I appreciate you guys a lot. Have a great rest of your day.